Hey guys, what it is? It's Barghest again. It's been a while since I uploaded a video, so I kind of figured, I'd do the world a favor and not keep to myself for a change and get on here and do another video. So I posted up a guild promo video. It's just a bunch of clips that I like of ArenaNet in-game footage. I think there's a cinema in there too. I think it's of Kraukatork. I can't really remember. And I put it to an awesome song. And if anybody doesn't know who Tim Scorn is, you really need to check him out, because he's just an amazing guitarist. He's an amazing artist. The guy's just brilliant. And so I used one of his songs for the video because I love it, and put it on. And actually, as I record this, the video actually has 186 hits, which is pretty good. It has 4 likes. It's pretty decent. No dislikes, which is awesome. I'm glad that so many people out there are interested in the whole guild aspect of Guild Wars 2. What I want to talk about a little bit about today is out of those 186 hits, I've actually gotten a couple dozen messages, and a couple of the questions get repeated, but for the most part there's a lot of interesting questions that are coming in. We've had 6 people, I think 5 or 6 people join up that have seen that video to BloodOath, and I'm really happy. All of them are really, really cool people so far on the forums, and it's a cool community that we've got going on right now, and I'm really happy about meeting such interesting people who probably, if I just played the game like I originally intended, just as a soloist and just doing community things with like random strangers and going along and just, you know, causing trouble, mayhem, and havoc all over the place, I probably wouldn't get to know these people that well. So it's really cool that there are games out there like this that can bring people together from similar backgrounds, and we're going to talk a little bit about them today. We're going to talk a little bit about the type of people that we're currently looking for, and a little bit about why even bother with a guild, some superstitions about guilds. We're just going to go into the whole guild thing, but we're not going to do it in a key essence of that's dirty. And the key essence of what everybody else is out there, because there's a lot of speculation going on. It's like, well, is Guild Wars 2 going to have guild capes? Are we going to have guild halls? Are we going to have this or that? You know, enough about that. You guys see those videos all over the place. We don't even need to get into those subjects, because you already know the outcome. Anyway, what we are going to talk about is just some things that revolve around the guild that I'm making, a couple of our friend guilds, because I talked to other guild masters on Guild Launch, which is where our main site is located, and yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit about just the little nuances that, you know, you think in your head, but you're afraid to ask, or you just one guy put it best. He's like, well, I sent you a message because I didn't want to sound stupid. Alright, first of all, there's no such thing as a stupid question. There's stupid answers, and I'll give loads of those, but there's no such thing as a stupid question. So, that being said, let's just get right into it. Currently, we have 14 members. I know half of them in my real life. A couple friends. I give a shout out, as a matter of fact. One of my friends on here actually helped the change, is like my brother for life. In the guild, he's Xeon Zevers, and I've played MMOs with him countless years. He's always got my back. He's one of the best people I think I've ever met in my entire life. Pretty quiet. Doesn't like to talk a lot, but he gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend's in the guild, PvP master. She's dominated the PvP boards in World of Warcraft. It's insane. And if that guy out there who was like, who was on our server, who was like the arena champion, because like they had arena champion thing where you get a special Drake mount. It had armor on it and everything. She killed that guy. She killed that guy in a PvE server. Alright? Yeah. And I taught her how to play. It's crazy because she's way better than me at like PvP and stuff. I hate PvP personally, but yeah, she kicks all kinds of ass all over PvP, and I excel in PvE, so it's kind of a 50-50 kind of thing, you know. We got some really cool people that I met way before I did the YouTube video. Grenick is we have 2 webmasters basically for when the game goes live and everything gets really amped up and everything, and there's a lot of information coming in, things that the guild's doing. We're going to keep record logs basically of, you know, important things that happen, and that's where our webmasters come in, and Grenick and Vidar actually made the forums of the BloodOath site, and they did an amazing job, and they're just like 2 of the best guys I've ever had work on anything in any guild that I've ever made. Of course, I mentioned Xeon, who's a marshal. There's actually 3 open marshal spots, which is an officer to other guilds. Once the game goes live, officer, marshal will have control over the goings-ons when I'm not around and all that kind of thing, which is fun. And then we got some really cool, you know, just people that have popped in, and really, maybe we got a lot of 10-year veterans, people that have been in the MMO genre for 10 years, started off in EQ way back in 2001, 2000, whatever, and just top grade people. And I couldn't be happier, because right now the start that we've got going is amazing, and it's gonna be a great ride. Okay, so I mentioned before we had 14 people right now in the guild, including myself. We're looking to fill no more than 50. I like to keep medium-sized guilds. I don't like a lot of people because I like to keep track of everybody. I like to know who I'm playing with, obviously. So I don't want more than 50 people because my mind really is too fragile to handle any like larger numbers than 50. Hell, probably even 30, but I'm going to try for 50. So yeah, there's more than enough space still left over. We're going to be recruiting all the way up until launch. I'm not going to do too much in-game launch inviting, because I don't believe in randomly inviting people and bringing them into like a huge cluster of people that get along really well, and then you got that one bad seed that will come in and just destroy everything. So I like to, you know, keep everything on let's get to know each other before we actually start playing the game together kind of thing, which is a good idea, and I think more guilds actually should do that. Well, as for the areas of Guild Wars 2 that we're going to be exploring, every area, let's just put it that way. Now that ArenaNet has announced that there's going to be nothing over basically 5-man content, besides the world versus world versus world, which is basically server versus server versus server, which is awesome, by the way. I really like that concept. But yeah, with small frame, everything, which is like, you know, dungeons, 5-man, sanctioned PvP, 5-man. So yeah, they're definitely catering to the medium and small guilds, which is good because actually in any MMO that you play, there's like, you know, there's like a handful of really, really large, well-formed guilds. They constantly fight usually, but there are some good ones out there, so don't start flaming me for that. It's like, oh, well, I'm in a huge guild and it's awesome. It's the best guild I've ever been in. I'm not saying it's not. What I'm saying is, you can look around at the community and everything, and, you know, you got these guilds that just slam insults across, you know, the text box, and any party that they get into, they got egos the size of Cleveland, you know, shout out to Cleveland, whatever. But yeah, you know, so we're looking into every aspect, and that's not just dungeons, PvE, you know, it's PvE in general. We're going to be doing all the holiday events as a guild. We're going to be doing sanctioned PvP as a guild, dungeons as a guild. We're going to be doing, even though they're dynamic events, I stuttered a little bit. Well, I didn't stutter, but, you know, I lost my wording there for a second. But, yeah, with the dynamic events where anybody can participate, we're definitely going to roll up there strong. You know, we're gonna go as a collective unit and have fun with it. That's all about what BloodOath is. It's just having fun with whatever it is you're doing, not to worry about if you don't get this or if you don't get that, or if, you know, somebody has a bad day. You know, you got people there that got your back. So we're looking at that. We're going to jump. There's going to be people in there. I'll try it, but, you know, world versus world versus world is a very interesting concept. I think everybody's going to try it at least once, even if they hate PvP. So we're going to have a presence there. We're going to do, like I said, sanctioned PvP. We're going to event trigger, because I know there's going to be, like, triggered events. Like the Shatterer, I'm really not sure. Maybe they've mentioned it. Maybe I didn't catch it. But there's got to be a way to trigger the Shatterer, unless he's on a time frame. And if there is, you know, the bigger karma fights and things like that, we're going to do guild triggers, where we can utilize the fighting. All the holiday events, I mentioned that already, I think. But yeah, things like that. Personal story. That's another thing that a lot of people are overlooking. Is like, yeah, you know, it's made for, you know, yourself. But they added to the fact that you can bring other people into the personal story. So obviously there's going to be content in there that's going to be a little difficult for certain types of players, or, you know, this or that. And that's where, you know, we're going to be able to step in as a collective unit and say, okay, we'll help you across this little gap. You know, we're not going to do it for you. We're going to help you. Because I believe that's, like, the core focus of a really strong community guild, is helping each other, not giving everything. You know, it's not like a World of Warcraft. Everybody wants to be power leveled. We want to be power leveled. We don't want to learn. Then what happens is, when you get to cap, you really don't know how to play your class as well as you could if you had actually got helped. You see? So that's the core focus of what basically BloodOath is built on, and we're going to explore every aspect of Guild Wars 2 and make return visits to every single part of it. Okay, okay, so this is a question that actually comes by quite frequently. People will check out my YouTube videos, they'll follow a link, and they'll say, okay, I'm going to check out the BloodOath Guild site and see what's going on, you know. And the first place that they go is the forums, and they see one thread. It's called public forums. Okay. Now, the way that the guild operates, you know, these people that just shy away, it's like, oh man, they're not very active. They just got one public forum. No. We have tons of forums. We are the most active community of Guild Wars 2 addicts on Guild Launch. And there are tons of guilds forming on Guild Launch right now. BloodOath was the first. Okay? We were there before all these other guilds. Now, we don't have the numbers that these other guilds have. But I like to stalk people, you could say. So, I'll go around and I'll look at all these other guilds and their activity and everything like that. You know, you got one or two people that are talking because their forums are all open. You know, you can see anything on them. And you got everybody else like 60, 80 days inactive. We don't work like that. You know, we're getting to know each other, and we're really working to source information so that everybody's in the clear and everybody knows exactly what's going on when it happens. So the people that stop by and say, "Oh, you've only got one forum? That's bullshit. I don't want to join a guild that's never going to talk. What are you guys talking on Ventrilo or Skype? What are you doing?" No, absolutely not. Our forums are actually locked down from the public because we have a lot of things in there, and that's actually one of the things in the code is like what goes in the guild stays in the guild. No information sharing outside of the guild, you know, anything like that. So there are actually quite a bit of forums, and they're all locked down. And you know, I've actually had one guy, he joined the guild, and he's like, "Wow." He's like, "Well, I wasn't expecting much. I was going to go on the public forum and ask, what the hell is your guys' problem? Why is there no forums built?" He goes, "When I looked on the forums, there were posts everywhere, and there were threads everywhere. Your thread sheet is like huge." I'm like, "Yeah, man." I said, "We keep that locked down." Just like the gallery, we have a lot of gallery pictures up. You know, we got, you know, what every member basically uploads a picture of themselves so that we know who we're talking to, first of all. But we have cheap ass Marlboros. Yeah, I got cheap ass Marlboro cigarettes. But we have galleries for, you know, a lot of different aspects of the game. We've even got together, and the people who are still active on Guild Wars are coming to Guild Wars, or coming back to Guild Wars, to work on their Hall of Monuments reward calculator. We actually have small community guild groups to join up, and these are, you know, usually soloists or people who avoid guilds altogether. And you know, we help each other through the points. So we are really active right now as far as things that are going on in the guild already, and we're just looking forward to Guild Wars 2. So those people that stop by and say, "Oh man, you just got one forum, that's bullshit," you know, and it's like, "Oh, there's nothing going on here. It's just a bunch of this guy, this idiot zone pirate, fucking typing everywhere, and that's all, you know, he's doing. He's not even talking to himself." No. There's actually quite a bit going on, but it's out of the view of the public eye. Absolutely. I believe that in-game chat is very important. I myself like to type, but I think it's very important, especially in like dungeon aspects, PvP aspects, large groups of people that are doing something and there's text flying all over the place, that it's very important to be able to communicate. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait and see how good ArenaNet's in-game voice system will work. Hopefully it won't have a lot of reverb and a lot of, you know, latency issues, feedback or anything like that. So if on the off chance that ArenaNet screws that up, okay, which I don't think they're gonna, but it's possible. So in the off chance that happens, we will be going Ventrilo. I will be making a server just for the guild, and we will have in-game voice for people to communicate. And like I said, it's a very lucrative and very good investment in a properly working guild. Well, I'd have to say probably mostly Eastern Coast right now. We have some California players. We don't have any foreign players right yet, but yeah, it's mostly Eastern Standard Time that probably a majority of the guild is on. Actually, it's probably 50-50. Everybody asks this question. Why? why would I join a guild? Guild Wars 2 is going to be like a soloist paradise. It's going to be, you know, community all around. I'm not going to need to sanction. I'm not going to need to, you know, sit in town forever and try to find help for a quest because it's all events. I'll be able to find a dungeon party easy enough, you know, because everybody can do anything. So, what exactly do I need a guild for? And that's the most common question that I get. Why? Why would I want to be involved with a bunch of people that, you know, I might not get along with one or two of them? Why would I bring myself down and just, you know, bleh. These are usually people that have been in bad guilds in the past. And Guild Wars 2 is their salvation. It's like, oh yes, finally, you know, I can just go on whenever I want. There's no time frames I have to be on. There's no events or scheduled things that I have to worry about showing up for, or I'm going to get kicked out of the guild. Bye. Well, there are a couple good reasons that you should join a guild. For me personally, it's just about having a group of people, kind of like friends. Let's just say that. It's like you can get along with a community of people, you know, just make friends here and there, and put them on your friends list and everything, but you don't get to a level of friendship, I think, than with a really strong community guild, with people who play together, you know, and talk about their experiences, and share things on a website, and, you know, just have moments together. And it's not like just random people here and there. I mean, yeah, you can run friends lists. Those are great. You know, anybody who wants to add me on the friends list when the game goes live, feel free. You know, I love to talk to people. And I love to, you know, hang out with people in games and just do fun things. But when it all comes down to it, is like, I want something that I'm going to be proud of. That I'm going to log in, and there's going to be a bunch of people that are just happy to see me. And say, hey man, how's it going? You know, how's it been? What'd you do today? You know, it's like, want to do this? You want to do that? You know, I need help with this. You know, that's my kind of thing. I love that. And I think that the people who just basically say, hey, I don't want a guild. I just want to go on. But that's all fine and well. But like I said, I was going to do that. And I said, well, I'm going to remake BloodOath one last time. Because I'm not planning to go anywhere once I start playing Guild Wars 2. I'm not going to, all of a sudden, there's not going to be some, like, major MMO come out, and I'm going to be like, oh, that's better than Guild Wars 2, I'm going to go. Because I'm not. Okay? And I think the community of people that I've built so far aren't going anywhere either. You know, they're in there for the long run. And, just having, you know, people that have your back and, you know, people to talk to about real life stuff that know you better than just people on your friends list, you know? And just that organization, you know, people acknowledging you, just saying, hey, you know, that was a good kill you did the other day. It was really cool. I posted about it on the forum, you know? Just things like that. And it is true that you aren't necessarily going to need a guild to play Guild Wars 2, but for, you know, the people who just really want to feel like they're in an environment where they're welcome and they're, for lack of, you know, well, let's not even for lack of a better term, but for instance, it's like a family, an online family, where, you know, you can just come in, you always feel welcome, and just, you know, everything is great. And I'm not saying there's not going to be problems. There's always problems anywhere you go. But the ability to handle the solution and just get it resolved, you know, and everybody makes peace, and it's just a great day, and it's just a great thing. And I think that the people who choose to say, hey, you know, I'm not really content, I'm going to, you know, just run into people and make my journeys and all that, who shrug off the whole guild system and say, no, I don't want anything to do with a guild. I think those people are going to be missing out on a pretty large chunk of what Guild Wars 2 is going to be all about. Okay, guys. There's a lot more questions, but I'm not going to keep this going. I've covered all the bases basically. You know, why you should join a guild, all those kind of things. I'm going to put a link down in the description to BloodOath's website. I encourage anybody who watches this, swing by, check out the code. You know, don't go right to the forums, because you're only going to find the public forums, and they're pretty skim. So, you know, but just, yeah, go check out the site. Go, you know, see what it's all about. Read through the code, and, you know, if it sounds like something you guys are really interested in, you know, you want to get into Guild Wars 2 with a bunch of people who share the same ideals and goals as you do, and, you know, that you know a little bit better than just if you went in and met them in game, you know, and you want to basically feel like you're part of something. You know, we're all looking for information every single day, and we're all out there, and we're sourcing and going to the Guild Wars 2 site and just, oh man, I hope they reveal, you know, the Mesmer or anything. It doesn't even matter. You know, the Cannoneer, whatever you're saying, you know, the other two professions are. We're in a huge downtime right now, and it's pissing a lot of people off, but there are other people that, you know, we have forums, and we like to talk to each other about real life stuff, you know, stuff that's going on, stuff we hope for, what we're playing now, just things of that nature. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching this. I encourage anybody, you know, subscribe to my channel, because I love to talk Guild Wars. I love to ramble on, much like I have again. I like good music, I like good company, and, you know, it's you're more than welcome to subscribe, befriend me. You can rate up these, dislike them, like, you know, whatever your heart desires. I just hope that in some way that whoever has watched this has got a little bit better understanding about, you know, where guild people are coming from. And guild masters, feel free to do a video response or type a response as like what you guys are looking forward to, or your own opinions or reasons why people should join guilds, or, you know, what it is you guys are going to be doing as a guild once you get in the game, which we all can't wait for, but in time, right? Alright, check you guys later.